Now, everyone, buckle up, because the buzzsaw that CNN's Kaitlan Collins just walked into is being wielded by Karoline Leavitt.
And his executive authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch
To put it mildly, Kaitlan thought she had a gotcha moment, and it went terribly wrong. This was supposed to be another press conference at the White House when Karoline tried to corner her with a loaded question. She thought she would falter, but instead she ruined her, altering the script and making Kaitlan look inept. Which aspect is the best? Everything happened in real time, just pure, unadulterated destruction without any editing or spin. Let me tell you, CNN does not want you to see this. People started criticizing Kaitlan, undermining CNN's reputation, and even questioning if she was qualified for the job as soon as the video was made public online. However, don't believe me? The total breakdown is imminent. For more drama-filled, uncensored updates, click the like and subscribe buttons before we begin. Have you just registered? Wonderful. Let's begin.
On the freeze in federal funding, who advised the president on the legality of telling government agencies that they don't have to spend money that was already appropriated by Congress?
Well, as the OMB memo states, this is certainly within the confines of the law. So White House counsel's office believes that this is within the president's power to do it, and therefore he's doing it.
Okay, so they disagree with lawmakers who say that they don't have the power to freeze this funding.
Again, I would point you to the language in the memo that clearly states this is within the law.
And on what happened on Friday night, the administration fired several inspectors general without giving Congress the 30-day legally required notification that they were being fired. I think only 2 were left at DHS and the DOJ. And then yesterday we saw several prosecutors, I believe 12, fired from the Justice Department who worked on the investigations into the president. As you know, they are career prosecutors, therefore they are afforded civil service protections. How is the administration deciding which laws to follow and which ones to ignore?
So it is the belief of this White House and the White House counsel's office that the president was within his executive authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes to. There's also a case that went before the Supreme Court in 2020, Scala Law LLC versus the Customs, Bureau Protection. I would advise you to look at that case, and that's the legality that this White House was resting on.
You're confident that if they bring lawsuits against you, those prosecutors who were fired, that they will succeed?
We will win in court,
and
yes.
Did he personally direct this, given they worked on the classified documents investigation and the election interference investigation?
This was a memo that went out by the Presidential Personnel Office, and the president is the leader of this White House, so yes. Yes, it came from him.
Let us set the scenario. CNN's Kaitlan Collins, who somehow still thinks she can challenge conservatives, thought she could corner Karoline Leavitt with a well-thought-out, cocky attack. What a tremendous mistake. Karoline doesn't even blink. Instead, she cuts it short and gives Kaitlan the hard, uncompromising realities.
The fact that Democrats have been labeling President Trump a to democracy for the better half of 10 years. Let's talk about how they have compared him to one of the worst mass in the history of the world, and that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden weaponized the court system and the justice system in this country against Donald Trump in an attempt to imprison him. He sat through a courthouse for 7 weeks this past year, and the Democrats were hoping he would go to jail for it. That is real political that has led to 2 heinous attempts on President Trump's life that, by the grace of God, he was able to escape, and he is here with us today. So yes, President Trump knows a little bit about political because he's experienced it himself. And talking about the tragic realities of war that Liz Cheney and her father, Dick Cheney, have got this country into is not political. It's talking about the reality of the foreign conflicts that the Washington, D.C. establishment have sold out young Americans to for decades.
Boom. As Kaitlan Collins stutters, the press room gets so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. And this time, Kaitlan knows she has been outplayed. Karoline laughs a little because this is just too easy. You can actually see the panic in Kaitlan's eyes as she was unprepared for the volume of receipts. The internet is going berserk. In just a few minutes, popular hashtags become widely used. Furthermore, Kaitlan's predicament is only becoming worse. Kaitlan? Ultimate whole phase of meltdown. They know how terrible this looks. Social media users are sharing videos of Karoline's flawless takedown, casting doubt on Kaitlan's dependability. What about the response from CNN? Total panic. Penitently, they start removing videos from their platforms. To make the story seem good, their fact checkers work quickly. They try to distract, do everything to hide the embarrassment, but it's already too late. Conservatives are currently exploiting the issue. Even communists are shaking their heads in recognition that Kaitlan fell into a trap. The irony? CNN eventually exposed their own incompetence in an effort to give the impression that Karoline was unprepared. And just when you think things can't get any worse for Kaitlan, they do.
His opponents are saying to this very day the same rhetoric that led to those two attempts. The second attempted on President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will take political like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I'm so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2016, because people don't trust the media.
Really? Is it your move? Without even flinching, Karoline gives an incredible response. The match is over. Even CNN's own viewers don't trust the spin. It is summed up brilliantly by one Twitter user. Just picture being so humiliated in front of the whole country. Karoline ended Kaitlan's career in less than 3 minutes. These days, even the producers at CNN are shaking their heads. Kaitlan was a total failure despite trying everything, and when she thought there wasn't anything worse that could happen, it does indeed. It's more than just one bad experience for Kaitlan Collins. This explains why the credibility of the media keeps declining. Karoline just demonstrated that they won't give in, despite their criticism of conservatives, despite their efforts to misrepresent the truth. America has stopped believing the lies. Karoline just showed how easily they falter under pressure, despite their pretense of being the smartest people in the room. Now, CNN is in a hurry. Kaitlan is embarrassed. Karoline too. There's never been more respect for her. Now, the real question is, will CNN actually learn from this, or will they carry on with their damaging tactics? In any event, CNN will not be able to get over that horror anytime soon, because Karoline Leavitt just raised the bar. Everyone, it's your turn now. Was this year's most vicious takedown of Karoline's? Did Kaitlan really disclose CNN's dire circumstances? And do you think that there will ever be a solution to the mainstream media's credibility crisis? Post your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Before you go, click the like button and subscribe to make sure you don't miss another amazing takedown. Thank you for seeing, and I hope to see you again soon.